Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different twists and turns, as well as surprises in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this film is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is using this movie as a way in order to really introduce a lot of new elements that fans have never seen before on the big screen in the Skywalker saga. That is going to change how we view other elements of the franchise, all the way from the prequels to the originals and even in the sequels. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very exciting for, of course, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, and even Hayden Christensen. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were shot included Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver as Kylo Ren and Rey, where it's described that they were standing in front of a large green screen. It said that Mark Hamill and an unnamed actor in Jedi robes that was said to be portraying the Force ghost of Anakin were standing on a raised platform that would include visual effects during post-production. It said that the sequence involved a moment where Kylo and Rey hear and see the Force ghosts of Luke and Anakin, and that one of the big plans is to get Hayden Christensen on set during the month of June during reshoots for the scene, to have Hayden be digitally inserted into the sequence that involves a first glimpse into the netherworld of the Force. It's said to be a sequence that will change Star Wars lore and how fans view the franchise. Additionally, JJ plans to have Hayden provide voiceover work for the sequences that Anakin does not appear visually, but is reaching out to Kylo and Rey as Luke guides them into the netherworld of the Force. So, I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we keep hearing about the netherworld being used at the very end of the movie in the third act of episode 9, which most likely this is going to be a sequence after either A, Kylo Ren turns back to the light side and is Ben Solo once again and a good man, or B, this could be placed before the big clash between the new villain, Rey, and Kylo Ren. Very possible. Now, the one thing that I do want to go over is that, in case you guys did not know, reshoots are happening as we speak. Some minor scenes and some major scenes at that are being redone here and there. And one of the big plans right now by JJ and crew is to literally have Hayden Christensen come on set in order to be digitally inserted into this particular sequence that will involve both Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker appearing in the form of Force ghosts within the netherworld of the Force in front of both Kylo Ren and Rey, both father and son appearing before both the dark and the light. Now, this to me sounds like a very magical moment between both father and son, something that we never really got in the sequel trilogy at all, right? I think that one thing about Luke Skywalker that seems to be missing is how he doesn't even mention his own father at any point in time in the sequel trilogy, and I think that's exactly what J.J. Abrams wants to patch here in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, we do know that there are more than 3 different meanings of the title of The Rise of Skywalker, so a lot of those meanings could have something to do with both Anakin and Luke Skywalker for all we know. Now, the next piece that I do want to go over is how Hayden Christensen, one of the big plans is to actually have him provide voiceover work for the sequences that involve the Force Ghost voice of Anakin Skywalker reaching out to Rey and Kylo Ren during their time in the Netherworld. Now, I want to bring up as to why I'm a little confused. I'm starting to wonder as to exactly how Luke Skywalker as a Force Ghost is able to, quite literally, show both Kylo Ren and Rey the netherworld of the Force. Now, the biggest question of all is he just showing them what it looks like giving them an idea in their minds of what it looks like, or are they literally in the netherworld, witnessing what is actually, happening after death, and what the Force ghosts actually go through once they vanish in the mortal world? And that, to me, it sounds like a very interesting take for sure, because to this day, we haven't seen anything like that on the big screen and or in the comics, to my knowledge. I think that, what they're trying to do here is that they're really trying to give us a better understanding about not just the Force, but also the netherworld, basically the afterlife. After a Jedi dies, where exactly does he go? We do know that we hear Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice speaking out to Luke Skywalker, while he's in the Death Star trench run. And it really makes one wonder, you know, exactly where is Obi-Wan when he's saying that? Yes, he's one with the Force, and the Force is everywhere. But what does that environment really look like for Obi-Wan? And that's exactly what J.J. Abrams plans to touch on in this movie. So, the character of Anakin Skywalker portrayed by Hayden Christensen, it seems like a great way to honor Episode 9, and of course a great way to honor the entire Skywalker saga and one of the biggest characters of all time in the Star Wars franchise, that of course being Anakin Skywalker and Luke, father and son, you know, the big two Skywalker, you know, characters in the Skywalker family. And with that being said, guys, I gotta say, JJ, it really seems like he literally is pouring his heart and soul into this movie in order to really make it carry a lot of emotion, in order to make it really and truly resonate with fans around the world. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.